Hey everyone, they're talking on camera competition out the other room, so I'm gonna listen in a little bit because I feel like that's gonna start talking about me.
So he did one-on-one interviews with everybody separately?
Yeah, he had,
What did you?
me and JT sat outside, and we just were supposed to, he had told us, ask them questions and everything, try to find out some information, because they will talk to people different outside than they will in the interview.
Yeah, they're more comfortable.
And I think he did one-on-one interviews last time he did a cameraman competition, I'm not really sure.
So, and then afterwards, you guys sit down and go over what you guys thought? Like,
Yeah,
what
for
kind of vibe?
about a second at the end of the day, because it was late. We were going to leave. He's like, did you find out anything? And we really didn't find out anything.
Yeah, good question is that. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, hey, what kind of vibe are you getting? Who do you think you're going to mesh best with? Or who do you think I'll mesh best with?
Yeah, right. But,
I should have went for it.
oh, it was a long day, dude. And, but I'm 99.9% that Tom's going to get it.
Shut up.
Yeah. I swear, dude.
What made you say that? Did you guys have a conversation about it? Didn't you give me some
No,
feedback?
I overheard Jesse say something.
To who?
To Tom.
What'd you overhear him saying?
I overheard him say something about a contract, signing a contract.
Yeah, well, I was listening in, so why don't you tell Joe here the whole story, the real story.
What story? I just told him.
Oh, you mean the part where you conveniently left out the fact that these supposed to be one-on-one interviews, and you walked in while I was in the middle of mine?
Yeah, well, no, dude. I walked in to get a glass of water.
Right, a glass of water.
Where the interview's being held?
Inside the house.
Inside the house, right in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was in the kitchen. I thought...
I would have thought he'd been in his little studio room where his
Or
computer
in
set.
in the living room or something like that. I didn't know it was at the kitchen.
Yeah, I would be
No, but it didn't mean you still had to come in and find out. What? And you should have been able to hear us talking anyway.
Not to mention, Tom, that there's a bathroom right there, too. If you have to go to the bathroom, you got to go right there.
Maybe.
Right, well then at least announce yourself. You just walked in, and next thing we know, you're around the corner while we're having the interview.
So I had to get a glass of water, that's all.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough water outside.
That's awkward. So they were sitting at the table and he went to the refrigerator to get water?
Yeah, but I didn't know they were sitting at the table.
But when they went into the room where they were sitting at
And
the
the
table.
water outside, there was that cheap, crappy bottled water.
Great value?
I don't know if it was Nestle
Great
or...
value. Yeah, Nestle's okay.
I don't
It's great
care for
value.
that. I only like Poland Springs.
Oh, you sound like that.
And-
What's his face that went to creation with us that only like the Dasani water? What was it? Pete Kelly.
Yeah, I remember that, but no.
Stop.
It doesn't matter, there's water outside.
It
It
was-
wasn't warm, it was in a basin, or whatever it was, a bucket. I don't know what it was.
One of those metal things that had no lid. It wasn't a cooler.
It's a keg,
Yeah, but it was filled with water and ice. It was plenty cool. What did you take one from the top?
Tom, it was 80 degrees yesterday.
It was not 80 degrees.
It got up maybe, but still the water can't be that warm. I mean, it's not even 100 degrees in the middle.
It was basically in a cooler.
It was warm. It's in the sun too the whole time.
So wait,
It was not in the sun, it was in the shade.
So you went in there, right? Maybe you just went in there, didn't know you were. Maybe give him some credit. He didn't know you were there. He got his.
Okay, but you knew I was there for the second time you went in.
The second time. Oh,
Come on, dude.
The second time I went in to take the glass back after I was done.
Why wouldn't you leave it outside? You knew I was in the interview at that point.
Yeah, these guys are playing basketball outside, Tom.
There's
I didn't want the glass to get
Their
broken.
yard is huge. There would have been somewhere to put it. Up on the deck, way over to the side. There's plenty of room.
He's playing soccer and he's kicking
Up
the
on the
ball.
deck?
I almost got hit twice with the ball to begin with.
Yeah,
What the heck?
Okay, but why couldn't you just put the thing somewhere else?
The giant boats are dangerous, and if he puts it out in the grass, it could get ran over by a lawnmower. So maybe he was being cautious, but
That's what I mean.
Okay, but again, what about the deck?
Yeah, big deal. All right. No, so all right. Maybe he should have went back in the second time. He's looking. He's not confused. Not older. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but
thanks.
no, but I mean, he's got a vested interest in what's going on, especially with you becoming the cameraman, right?
I didn't even know he was being interviewed at that time.
Now he went in there and he interrupted the conversation. You know what I mean? He just went in there, put the glass back, and left. It's not that big a deal, like Tom. It could have been way worse.
Right, but it was that second time when he interrupted the interview.
Well, that's because I heard something said about signing a contract. And
What happened to not sabotage me? What happened to the promise you made me?
I wasn't sabotaging you. I simply asked what's going on because from my understanding, hold on, wait a second. I'm going to defend myself right now. From my understanding, me, JT, Jesse, Michael, and Brian, and Swift even, we're all supposed to talk about who the cameraman was going to be. Like, in other words, like our vote on it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But all of a sudden, I'm in there getting a glass of water, or no, that's when I was bringing the glass back. Excuse me.
Either way.
I hear Jesse saying about signing a contract, so I asked what's going on, because from my understanding, we were all supposed to have a group talk about this.
Well, did you not think that he would have brought it up later, maybe?
Well,
No, I didn't. At that point, I was like, what's going on?
but think about how, from his perspective, he's sitting there trying to get this job, and then his dad walks in. You can understand him being upset, right? You get that? Tom, he's reactive. He always has been. He hears that contract. Like I said, now he's not only... It affects everything. His channel, he's very passionate about this channel.
Yeah.
And he cares about it. Right? So it doesn't excuse you for interrupting the conversation. You shouldn't have said anything. You should have just left and like that.
I wouldn't have said anything. The first time when I went in and got the glass of water, I didn't say nothing. I was asked a question. Like, what are you doing in here?
Right, because it's supposed to be a one-on-one interview. You weren't supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
Nobody else was supposed to be in there.
Jesse said, what are you doing in here? And I was like, I'm getting a glass of water. And I got the glass. I wouldn't have said anything. I was just wanting a glass of water. And I went outside.
Yeah, then you should have stopped. If you would have stopped there, then I'd be like, all right, Tom, I get you being upset, but I mean, he
To
didn't
tell
tell
you
you
the
came
truth,
back
though,
in.
I thought the
And
interview.
then I'm like, then you come back in, and then you interrupted it.
I thought the interview was over. I mean, it was a long time that they were inside inside there. I thought it was done.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
If I was done, I would have come back outside.
I wanted, but yeah, I thought maybe you guys were just talking in there at this point, so I brought the glass back in to put it in the sink.
I mean,
So
that still doesn't really matter. If it's a one-on-one interview, you shouldn't have been going in there to begin with.
Tom, I'm sorry, all right? Like, I didn't do it to sabotage you. I did not sabotage
He
you.
reacted. I believe him what he's saying. I don't think he intentionally went in there to sabotage your interview. Because, one thing about this, Tom, right? Jesse knows your dad. Yeah, I don't think he would let something that he did affect your interview, right? You're still in the competition. I think he reacted to the situation. I'm not saying it was right. It wasn't. He should have came back in. I don't think he intentionally tried to sabotage. I think he just reacted.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right because it wasn't. It's kind of a...
No, I
But it still doesn't make sense. Why would you come in for a glass of water and there's plenty of water outside? You have your mini cooler full of beer.
I already told you. The water was, it's not the kind of water I like.
Okay, forget the water then. What about the beer, huh? You had plenty of that.
I only had 4 beers. That's all I took.
My interview was early on. If you're telling me you drank 4 beers that fast, I'm not going to believe you.
I don't always, you know me, Joe, I don't always drink beer all the time. I drink water sometimes.
Yeah, you have to
too.
go back and forth because
Yeah.
there's a hydration that's very important.
Yes, but he's saying that he drank all 4 beers. I was like the third interview.
I don't even remember if I had beers left in there
You
or not
brought
at that
4
point.
beers,
I wanted water at that point. That's it.
Okay, well, there's still water outside, and even still, you could have waited till after we were done our interview to go in and get the water.
I don't even understand what the big deal is. It's not like that anything happened.
Because why would you have gone inside unless you were trying to either eavesdrop or sabotage me?
Tom, all right,
Yeah,
my blood pressure medicine, I needed to take it, all right, so I went in for a glass of water. Is that okay?
It couldn't have waited 20 minutes?
No, well, dehydration can really mess up with your blood pressure, and if you have to take medicine, I mean, he's old.
Again, 20 minutes?
Maybe.
If that?
20 minutes is a long time.
I don't understand what the big deal is. It's not like I did anything. It's like all I did was ask a question after I heard Jesse say the one comment.
Because it's supposed to be a personal interview. Nobody else was supposed to even be in there.
Said, well, Tom can't have this job. Blah 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 blah. I didn't.
No,
say
because
that
you
stuff.
just be rehashing what you've been saying for the past like 2 weeks now.
He said, it's hard because I understand why you're so mad, Tom. I'm not downplaying it. I'm completely empathetic. He did say he was sorry for interrupting the conversation second time going back in there. You know, it's getting...
Yeah, I don't understand what you want.
I mean,
It's like I said,
no, don't get so defensive. You apologize, Tom. I'm not saying you haven't accepted to do anything right now, but it's Wednesday night, you know what I mean? We're doing a podcast. Like, let's just like air it all out. We feel good. Let's have a good time tonight. He apologized. I mean, I think you should still want it for a little bit, kind of. I don't know.
yeah, Tom. What more do you want?
What I would want is for you to just come clean and say that you did go in to sabotage me.
Oh my gosh, Tom. First of all, I didn't know you were in there interviewing.
How would you have not known? You literally just have to look around, see who's there, subtract 1. Oh, that's who's
What
inside.
was there? 7 guys? 8 guys?
Exactly. That's not that difficult to tell who's missing.
I didn't go around the circle
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
okay, Javi's here, Miguel's here, Sam. Oh, wait a second. Oh, Tom's in there now.
You could have just
Come on.
looked around. You don't need to make it obvious.
I mean, I wouldn't either. In all honesty, Tom. I'm not taking sides. I'm just saying, if I was going to get a glass of water, I wouldn't think, look who's around, make sure that certain people aren't inside.
Especially if you're not even thinking the interview's going on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Especially if you didn't think the interview was inside the kitchen.
Right, I would have thought it would have been in the living room. Why is it at the kitchen?
Anywhere but besides the kitchen. That's where the one area Randy would go.
Yeah, and the bathroom is right there.
You get those two away. It is. The bathroom is right there.
The chances of me having to go to the bathroom are very high too. But I hadn't broken the seal at that point, dude.
It's surprising.
Or else I'd have been in every 5 minutes after that.
You've had no problem going in the woods before.
Yeah, so you could pee outside, dude. You're right.
Like there's too many guys
Really?
out there. Yeah, I get the pee shies, man.
That's funny.
All that space, all the things you could have just gone behind.
Is that the first time you said
Plus,
that?
there's a lot of ticks too.
No, and that's true. There are ticks are horrible this season, Tom. Absolutely horrible. The mulch looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. You did a good job. I don't understand what the problem is. I told you I was sorry. I didn't do anything there. All I did was question. That's it.
This is getting nowhere. This really just isn't getting anywhere at all.
That was awkward.
Yeah, I know.
Did you go in there and like? I didn't do it. The both times, or just the second time?
Both times.
No, see, I thought you didn't do it the first time. Did you really know they were in the kitchen in every interview?
Yeah, oh yeah. Just had already told me.
But we just want to do a special shout out to Bree Douglin, I believe it's pronounced.
Or is it Douglin?
I don't know, but Bree, we love
Douglin?
you. Thank you for your support. Ashley Munson, much love. Thank you guys. Matt Riley, Kelly Dar, you guys are incredible. Thank you guys for donating to the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Imagine what you missed in 27 years.
Yeah.
I wonder, waking up from that, if you feel like you were dead. Or like, does your brain just go right? Kind of like when you wake up, you're like, your brain reacclimates, and you're like, oh, I remember what I did last night. But for that time, you're like, I'm always getting the most ridiculous handshake. Like my hand is sore.
They're trying to flex on you. That's why.
That's what it is. It's just like, hey, Jess.
You got a poor night. My hand is shaking harder than yours.
Yeah.
Get out of my face, bro.
Yeah.